What's going on, everyone? It's Bray with JACOJE Fine Jewelry, your personal jeweler. New flat curves in bigger sizes, as well as some new pieces, which means we have a lot to look at and of course talk about. With that being said, let's get started. And check me out, guys, because honestly, I'm sick of checking myself out. I've been wearing this 8mm 24-inch flat curve all morning, and I am so impressed with the overall look that this gives me. I got the 7 and 8mm flat curves back in stock, baby, as well as the bracelets. I've been sold out of these chains for a very long time. It's been in stock then out of stock, but I have a good amount of stock. So I have 3mm all the way through 8mm of the flat curves, and I love the flat curves. This isn't a complete flat curve review, mainly just to kind of show off these 7 and 8mm size chains and bracelets. If you look at the look I give, it's not a huge look. Again, my disclaimer, with every video I make, these chains typically look bigger on camera, so factor that in. If we got the next shot of a classic, the 24-26, the 24-inch would be the 7mm, and the 26-inch would be the 8mm, so you guys kind of see the sizing reference. And yes, every millimeter counts. I know when you're shopping, you're looking at the gram weight, you're looking at the price, is it worth to go up? If you want that kind of the thicker look, and that is what the flat curve does so well. Now, don't buy a flat curve based off the name flat curve. Look at the links, see if they're tight enough for you, if they're thick enough. You don't want something super thin or spaced out, because it's just not worth it. It's not gonna give you the look you're probably going for, especially like when you look at the JACOJE flat curves. Those are really good. These ones right here are really good, and I take these flat curves seriously. You can see the side-by-sides with the chain. Slight difference between the 7-8, but in my opinion, this look right here is a great everyday look if you're kind of just wanting to stand out a little bit more. Now, granted, I started out with the 5.5mm flat curve in life, and that is why I love the flat curve, because it really developed the passion for chains and brought me to where I'm at today. So I want to give you guys a reference for the 5.5 flat curve as well, if you're kind of deciding, because all of those have a lot of gram weight to them for what they are. So 5.5 22, 7mm 24, and then the 8mm 26, so you guys can see on the neck and kind of go off based off these images that you're seeing. My cardinal rules amongst a lot of cardinal rules, and I kind of make them up as I go. Bracelet, Braden recommends always go thicker on the wrist compared to the neck. So I like my bracelets a little thicker because the hands are always up in your face as you guys are watching it now, and you need the gold around the wrist. It's a small area, so you want something respectable. So I brought extra 7 and 8mm bracelets in, and the flat curves are perfect for what they are. No, they are not tight, thick, heavy Miami Cuban link bracelets. I'm not saying that. Miami Cuban link bracelet is one of my favorite bracelets, but these do the job. And take a look. You see the 7 and 8. I double stacked them, and actually I'm gonna wear that all day like that. I definitely feel the weight around the wrist. They glisten. They're Italian made, so of course they're gonna look better than the rest. So that is a good option for you guys if you have like the 4 or 5mm size chains. Look into the 7 or 8s, and you get the math. You don't always have to do that. That is just my recommendation. That's what I like to do. I have no problem wearing this 8mm flat curve and then putting on an 8mm flat curve bracelet. It's still gonna look really good, but if you really want to get into it, I like a little more thickness around the wrist compared to the neck. And some more new additions amongst the bracelet section. I got 3.5mm and 4mm baby curve bracelets, which is really exciting. If you don't have a baby curve in your collection, put it at the top of your list, because I love baby curves. And side by side, there is a difference on camera, and that's why I say go up a little bit. So if you're thinking 3.5 is gonna give you the right look, I always say just go up to the next one, because when you unbox it, see it in person, that 4mm is probably what you thought the 3.5mm is gonna look. But either way, the baby curves are thick, they're heavy, they're tight links, they are shining like a diamond. There's no bad choice. So I'm working to bring in all the sizes. I got the 5.5s, I got the 4s, 3.5s, with the baby curves, because I'm very confident in these. And with the bracelets, lobster class is great, so it's an overall good look if you're looking for that subtle, or you're starting out, or you want to stack them like I do in this video. These size baby curves are perfect. Last but not least, we have the new Boss crosses. Now the crosses do really well. We just have the plain, like the mini and standard. I decided to thicken them up a little bit because the standard scripts or the script pendants I've been doing, the customization ones that are thick, have been doing really well. And with gold going up in price, it makes absolutely no sense for me to do that. But as jewelers start making things hollow and the chains start becoming hollow and lighter because they still want to make a lot of money, I am thickening them up because we all love gold. And look at the side profile view. You can go on my website, I have a side profile shot as well. It is thick and I like it. I did a side-by-side next to the standard regular cross on my website so you guys could see the standard boss cross. With that thickness, it definitely kind of has that 3D look that stands out, which is a very nice touch. And let me tell you, yes, these are heavy, but you feel it around the neck. And if you're experienced, if you want that weight around the neck, you'll really appreciate these crosses. Not the easiest to make because how thick they are, you tend to run into casting problems, but you know what? You gotta do some things to get the best look overall sometimes. So you have the mini size boss cross on a 1.2mm Franco as shown, and then the standard boss cross on a 2.5mm Franco side by side there so you guys can see. I love these. These are very, it has a different look than the regular crosses. And I felt like pairing them with a Franco kind of gives that edgy look, really works for these new crosses. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for today. I'm excited for the 8mm, the 7mm, the bracelets. I know you guys will like them. If you want that casual look, but you got the gold around your neck, go with these larger size flat curbs. They have a lot of weight to them, like I said, for what they are, but you'll appreciate that, the way they wear. They're very nice, and of course, they look the best compared to the rest, as well as the new pieces, new bracelets. Go check them out. I'm rolling in a lot of new things for you guys to see, working hard over here. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on our next jewelry video.